Hey guys, happy Baby Name Monday, welcome on round, come on in. This is such an exciting video because we have a world exclusive basically. So normally there are the most popular name lists when they're released, boy girl name list. Number one is Oliver and Olivia in the UK, and we all kind of watch out to see what is going to be at that top spot. But for the first time ever, we are doing the gender neutral popularity list. So I have the number one name that is used most commonly and is most popular for both boys and girls. So the lovely Becky, who is in this community, she's like a data whiz and put this together for us. So I will go through the top, I've done the top 32, which sounds random, but then I just couldn't leave out the last number 31 and 32 I really liked. So I'll do that, then I will release the number one, first time ever, the number one gender neutral name. If you are brand new, congrats for expecting a baby and you found this because of that, or you might just be a name enthusiast like so many of us are. My name is sjstrum. I am a huge name nerd. I've been making name lists here on YouTube for about 3-4 years every single Monday for ideas, for inspiration, for your pets, for your Sims, for your real life babies. We are also over on Instagram where we do daily dilemmas, so polling and helping you pick a baby name because we know how difficult it is. I say we because me and my sister on the Instagram. We also host Baby Name Envy the podcast. I hope you've listened to it. Do let me know in the comment section below. It is all your dilemmas, and me and my sister try to come up with solutions and loads of names. So it's a really interactive place to be. I would love you to join the community by hitting subscribe, and then let me share with you this list. And a huge thanks to Becky for putting it together. If you have a name list idea, then just pop it in the comment section below. So I'm going to go quite fast through the names because I've got a lot and I like to talk a lot about the names. At number 32, most commonly used name for both boys and girls is the name Indiana. So Indiana means Indian land, and we know the name Indy has been around for ages for girl and boy, and actually it's a great one to start on because a friend of mine, she had the name Indy chosen for the baby, Indigo, actually not Indiana, but Indy for boy or girl. So would you go with it for either? So that is the 32nd most popular name on the list. Sydney is at 31. What do you think of Sydney? It is so interesting. It's spelled like this with the Y. So I guess the I, Sydney, is like a vintage male name, and then Sydney's sounds like quite a modern girl name, doesn't it? And also it's a place name. It actually means wide meadow, and it's getting used for either boy or girl, and I can totally see why. It really works. Noah is at number 30, so spelled like this is being used for both boy and girl. So Noah with the H is quite high up. I think it's number 3 in the UK at the moment, and I'm seeing this Noah coming up on so many of your lists without the H for a girl. But it's also getting used for boys with this spelling of it as well. Rain is at number 29. I love the name Rain. Totally agree, it works for either boy or girl. If you're wondering why gender neutral names is a thing, or is it a thing, it really is. It's one of the most requested name lists I get asked for. People actually don't want a super duper girly girl name, or they don't want like a really traditional boy name, and so we are finding the gender neutral names rising a lot, and it's a really nice way of being. It's a very modern approach to parenting as well, and obviously recognising that people want to change their gender when they get older and be a bit more gender fluid. The name Angel is at 28. It's a funny one, isn't it? Because it feels so feminine for so long, but then there's a lot of, I think it's in Spain as well, they have a lot of men called Angel, and I think it's a really lovely one. And angels originally were men, you know, Angel Gabriel. So Angel's a great one for boy or girl, and I really like it. Then Brooklyn at 27. So there are a lot of place names on this list. And 26 is the name Amari. Isn't that so nice? It has African roots and it means strength, Amari. I love that that is in use for both boy and girl. It's really unique. I've never met a little Amari, have you? At 25 is Casey. Yeah, Casey, that seems so cute. It means vigilant or watchful, which I didn't realise, but yeah, I've heard Casey quite a lot. At 24 is the name Avery. So this is so lush. Eva, all of those have been around for so long, right at the top. And Avery is one that I've had on lists before. It comes up as, yeah, for both. Traditionally, it was a derivative of Alfred, which is interesting because Alfred's getting really popular now. Freddie, as a nickname for boy and girl, it means wise in French, sort of counsellor, Avery. But yeah, it's a really nice one, isn't it? It's really soft and gentle. Noor is at number 23. It means divine light. I feel like this gets a lot of use over in Ireland. It comes up on Irish name list when I look it up, Noor. Really simple, and a lot of people are looking for a one-syllable name, particularly if they have a blended surname. So couples who aren't married and then they want the shorter first name. And Noor's a really lovely, unique one. The name Milan is at number 22, so we're getting up to the top 20 now. Milan is great. I think it's really cool. It's quite stylish and fashionable to me. But it's actually a Roman name meaning kind, loving and gracious, which is nice, but everyone's just going to think of the place. I've actually been to Milan, which is cool. And number 21 is the name Taylor. So this is one, obviously Taylor Swift, and Taylor really traditionally, a lot of boys called Taylor as well. And this is one where I know somebody who had her second marriage and then her surname became Taylor, but she already had a son named Taylor. So it's quite funny, but it's really lovely and I really like it. At number 20, top 20 now, Morgan at number 20. I'm sure you've heard that for either boy or girl. That's quite high up. At 19 is the name Remy. So that's really cute, isn't it? So Remy's really nice. It means oarsman, and I've seen it getting a lot more popular lately. It's kind of one of those that's had a little bit of Instagram. It's all around the gram. If you're on Instagram, Remy, really, really cool. Is it the rat in Ratatouille as well, Remy? So if you're after a rare Disney name and you want to go after the rat, go with Remy. But yeah, totally can see that working for boy or girl. 18 is the name Harlow. So I've had a big crush on the name Harlow for years and years. To me, it sounds really retro, like Jean Harlow, the sort of 1950s. But similarly for a boy, I can see it working really well because Harley, which is probably on this list in a minute, is really popular. But then lately on the podcast, did you watch it? And I said, Harlow. It sounded like I was saying hello. And I was like, oh no, I don't know if I put myself off it. Harlow. Yeah, Harlow. And I put the nation off the name Harlow, but I really like it at 18. 17 is Aubrey, so like Avery, Aubrey. So yeah, gender neutral name from really, it's a vintage one as well. It's been around for absolutely years. It was always kind of used for both, and it means king of the elves. So quite a cool one. I feel like Aubrey could be a good alternative to Oliver. If you like Oliver, it's kind of got the same vibe to me. Wren is at number 16. Yeah, this just came out of nowhere a few years ago. The name Wren, meaning small bird. Again, perfect for both boy or girl. Remy with the I ending, R-E-M-I, is at number 15. So same name, different spelling, both hit the charts. At 14 is the name Quinn. This was everywhere, wasn't it? A few years ago, I knew so many Quins. It means wise or counsel. So last week I did heart, mind and soul names and actually put this in the mind name camp. I really like it. Again, I think the short one syllable thing is really cool. Georgie at number 13. So how cute. So the nickname as first name trend is so popular, i.e. endings. Georgie I really like, and it's a little bit more rare, but in terms of which is being used for both, and Georgie's quite high at number 13. So how cute. I've never really thought of that as much as some of the other nickname names, like we have Lotties and all of those. But it's interesting to see it being used for boys as well. Like it's a bit more unusual than Freddie, and George being, I reckon George is going to be number 1 this August when they release the boy charts, because it was so close to Oliver last year. So you could go with Georgie to make it a little bit different. At 12 is Bailey. I remember this name. Oh my gosh, this name to me, but I used to think it's a really cool boy name. Really liked it, but I can see it working so well for a girl as well. It's got a funny name meaning where it means debt collector, because it comes from bailiff, but I wouldn't let that put me off. It's also the drink, isn't it? Bailey's. But I really like it. To me it sounds quite nature. I always think of it, maybe I'm thinking of barley, but that's what I always think of. And number 11 is Phoenix. I'm sure we've all heard of Phoenix for both boy and girl. A really, really trendy name on a lot of name lists that I get. It's the Harry Potter thing, as well as the kind of, it means dark red, and it's the symbol of immortality or rebirth. So it's also really good if you're having a rainbow baby. A lot of people want to choose. So top 10, first time ever this data's been put together. A massive well done to Becky, who is also pregnant, putting this together for us. So let's go to the number 1 name. Have you got any guesses yet? At 10 is Marley. So that's a really lovely name. It means pleasant meadow, Marley. So really nice, really works for both. Number 9 is Beau. So again, I know a lot of boys called Beau, but equally it works for girls as well. I love it, absolutely love it. Number 8 is the name Robin. Which I'm not surprised about. We actually had Robin on our girl list. Me and my husband both quite liked Robin. And a Robin for boys is actually getting a bit more popular again. I really like it. It's actually Old Germanic and it means bright fame because it's taken from Robert. So if you're honouring a Robert, then Robin is also a really good one to think about. And number 7 is River. So these are getting quite naturey now, so obviously I'm quite into these. This is my style. But River as a name, absolutely gorgeous. Number 7, most popular name for boy or girl. At 6 is Eden. So yeah, I really was like, oh yeah, I'm not surprised that's so high up. And my goddaughter's called Eden, and she doesn't know any other girl Edens, but I think she knows a boy Eden. After the biblical Garden of Eden, it actually means delight, and definitely wearable for either, isn't it? Number 5, I was a little surprised about, is the name Blake. So like Blake Lively, who I love, the actress, Blake for a girl, Blake for a boy. I was like, yeah, totally works, and I love it. Really do for either. I think that's one that is such a trendy girl name. And if you've got a long surname, it's got a funny meaning where I was looking it up and it means basically individuals with hair or skin that's either extremely light or extremely dark. Blake, apparently that's what it means. But yeah, really cool name. Number 4 is Rowan. A nature name. It means little red-haired one, Celtic name, Rowan. So yeah, for boy or girl, Rowan is the 4th most popular. Number 3 is Harley. So do you know little Harley? Yeah, for equally boy or girl, these L-E-Y endings, so popular. Anything that ends in L-E-Y means kind of field or meadow, so it adds a kind of nature feel to it as well. Harley means hare's meadow, like rabbit hair, not like hair, hare's meadow, but I reckon a lot of people think of the motorbike, don't they? I do. And at number 2 is Riley. Yeah, Riley, 2nd most commonly used names for both boy or girl as registered just last year at the Office of National Statistics as data crunched by Becky. Riley is number 2, and again, as I just said, it means wood clearing Riley, so the same nature meaning. Number 1 is probably one of my favourites from the list actually. Have you guessed it? Drum roll. It is the name Frankie. Yeah, Frankie is the number 1 name in the UK, gender neutral name used most commonly for boy and girls. Frankie, yeah, it means free man. So I've done a lot of research, funnily enough, into the Frank tribe and where to be frank came from the expression, which meant you were allowed to speak freely. So it seems like it's got a really cool meaning, because I think that's really important to a lot of modern parents, you know, that we are raising like little activists, but also super cool that it is used for both boy and girl. And I know, you know, we've got Frankie Bridge, who is a pop star here, girl Frankie, and yeah, totally makes sense. It is the number 1, so we should be releasing Oliver, Olivia and Frankie. I hope you enjoyed this list. It was something a little bit different, and I'm just really proud to put the stuff like this together and get it out there, because I think it's a really nice way of doing names. That is something new, give you a new perspective, new way of thinking about the names. I will put the whole, she did all of them, I think we've got the top 50. I will release that over on Instagram. Add any more names you thought you would see on this list or that you think could work for either gender in the comment section below, and your favourite from this list. And I will see you next Baby Name Monday. Don't forget, every Sunday at 7 AM there is a new podcast. So if you have a dilemma, you can email into the podcast or you can DM us at BabyNameNV, the Instagram. There's also Pinterest. If you just want to quick scroll through loads of name ideas, that is there for you as well. I'm here for all your baby name plethora of needs and wishes and desires. I will go door to door and name your baby if you want me to. And I'll see you next Baby Name Monday. Bye guys.